Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? This episode of That the Magician, I actually really liked it. The Cheap Magician was really good this week. Not only did they kind of touch up on the parts of, hey, this show definitely has a weird way of giving us information on, why certain things are happening in the grand scheme of like um, the spell that we got this week, and not only that, the adventurers kind of wanting the main guy to be there, just thinking of them like cowering down and wanting like thinking about someone else who isn't at the battlefield to be at the battlefield was a pretty interesting take. Like I understand it because you're scared, like you don't want to fight a battle without the best that you got. And the best that you got, you literally know isn't there. So it's one of those instances where you're kind of like, ah, crap, like we have so much better, but where the heck is he, you know? And because of that, they're terrified, like they don't know, I don't think they know how any of this is going to wind up turning out. So with that being said, you then look at the grand scheme of like why certain people are even, fighting uh, in these battles. Not only that, the girl who is our main character's, one he came with, she literally is, the saving grace of the war out there. Like, if it wasn't for her, they would probably have been dealing with the front line of enemies for quite some time and wound up, losing a lot more troops than they want to in the beginning compared to now where they only lost people because they had to go out there and fight because she was low on power. And why they didn't use the other girl's power afterwards is beyond me. They could have like launched another attack afterwards, but it's whatever. Because I mean, seemingly they didn't need to because she's so powerful enough to take on all these like grunt people. So that made sense. Like she is this person that taught our characters was ridiculously powerful. So it makes sense that she wouldn't just use that attack when she could use a lot more and be a little bit more helpful on the battlefield as well. So they didn't end up using an attack that supposedly could have wiped out the front line in the first place as well. Um, and then you get to the point of them kind of giving this notion of whoever kind of gets in the way of the main character in this week's episode was literally all planned by the main bad guy. Like he wanted him to be as occupied as humanly possible. So then, boom, bam, he can't do nothing to really stop you from, showing up here and making this battle even quicker than it's already gonna be now that, oh my god, that move is so good. It's gonna be pretty quick already, but now that they're working together and they're looking at, Rin and all of them are here, like you're done, like that's a wrap. But at the same time, like I was saying, the guy who pretty much started all this wasn't even involved, like he literally did nothing to really step up and be like, oh, these guys are about to win. I might as well fight, So imagine him as well adding to the fire of, this battle and actually coming through and helping. We would have been in a lot worse position, I believe, than we already were if he had chosen to just step up and add a little extra flair to the to the death party. So yeah, and not to mention, he's made these crimson packs that are like making these monsters ridiculously more powerful than they already were. So the adventurers even become useless in that grand scheme because they know they just have nothing on. Um, they have nothing on this guy when it comes down to the grand scheme of just how does he has a charisma pack? How like how is he capable of having it done? We see that he had these girls that were like Earth magicians staying back to activate these red versions of the goblins, but once they did it, They even thought they had a way out of being attacked by them, by the goblins, when in all reality they were just as, you know, usable tools as the goblins were. And if they were to get taken out at that time, it wouldn't have mattered. But at the other side of it, if you think how smart this guy is, he might have seen this outcome coming. Like, he probably knew the main character would save these girls. I mean, instead of taking out an assassin and killing her, she became a prisoner, you know? And that was something that he saw as like a disgraceful. He's like, wow, you're one of your own. Instead of dying and taking her own life, is still alive as a prisoner. Like, that's embarrassing. um, but yeah, to know that he might stop and take care of her and all that stuff is another one of his like IQ showing defying moments. Like, this is a good kid, and if I know a good kid when I see one, he's probably not going to allow any of these people to be taken out. And if he does allow them to be taken out, he's going to be sitting on that for the rest of his life. It's going to be something that haunts him or something along those lines. That's just the type of bad guy I feel like we're dealing with in this point of time in this story. Like, all the stuff he's done kind of gives him that leniency to be like, yeah, he is probably that bad. He is probably disgusting like that. But to be fair, our main character, oh, you got to be kidding me. I did all that for him to leave. Our main character is pretty up there when it comes down to his overall prowess and showing us just what he's going to probably go through for all these people. And I can't wait to see not only like what he brings to the table at the end of the day, but to also see where this ends, like where all this kind of like finishes up. Should be interesting. I don't really know if it's gonna have like the best ending ever, or if it's gonna be Cliffhanger City, because not only have we've seen the show like grow and whatnot, but to be fair, we've only seen like an ankling of this show. I feel like I don't feel like we've seen a, a whole lot. So to know that there's probably a good amount of show to still go on in the grand scheme of like, it's supposed to only be 12 episodes. So if it's only supposed to be 12 episodes, we're practically done here. Like, we're getting to the end of this all. And if that's the case, then bada bing, bada boom, we practically know everything. We know how strong our main character is. We know how strong our second main character is, Rin, who makes practically a nuke and goes off. Um, and that's just kind of the small things that we've learned this week. Those are just little notes and tidbits that we kind of learned from these characters. But overall, uh, I don't know. I feel good about this show. I really do like where it could possibly go. I definitely feel a little bit better about the main character and like how he conducts himself and stuff like that. I kind of like the way he handled situations this week, but overall, it definitely did have the traditional, oh, I'll show up at the last second, be that guy, type of feeling to it. So it's not like they did something completely unique that I've never seen before. I'm just saying that from what we were getting from episode 1 to now, it feels a little bit better. It feels a little bit different than the way that they were approaching this show from the start. They wanted to build up this world and show like how dangerous it is, and not only how dangerous it is, but the characters that are living there did not want anybody going out without knowing anything that they're going to need to be doing or need to be prepared for. So they had a good start of like, this place is not just somewhere you can come around and do whatever the heck you want. You need to know what the heck is up. And if you don't, you're going to be looking real dumb when you get caught up by some tiny little monster and get destroyed. So, I mean, if you look at the horse that was just roaming around, regardless of, care. Like, he didn't care at all. He's like, this is my area. What you mean? So, that's the type of stuff that kind of made the show understandable when they were like, okay, yeah, we need to take it slow and show you just how much crazy, ridiculous stuff is going on around here, and you guys will all understand the darkness of it all. But other than that, I feel like there's still so much to learn about this place, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it too. I am your boy, the Anime G. I do apologize for my PlayStation sounding like a jet and about to take off. I have been trying to work on the sound in the background all this time, trying to figure out ways to make it either sound less annoying or at least make it so you can't hear it at all. But it's just my mics are so good at picking up noises now, like they're expensive mics, so they pick up every little tiny freaking noise. So I do apologize for all that, but thank you for being patient with your boy and just coming back to these videos. I can't wait to talk to you guys again. I got one more video to upload today, and I'll be calling it. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case might be when you're watching this, and I will definitely talk to you in a little bit. So with all that being said, peace.